Hey everyone, welcome to episode 12 of Answers to Questions. We have 3 really great questions that came in today. We're also filming live on Facebook Live, so let's just dig right into it. Okay, so the first question came in from email from Brad, and Brad asked, if you weren't an entrepreneur specializing in infographics, what industry would you try to have your own business in? Or if you weren't an entrepreneur, what career path would you choose today? Great question, Brad. We kind of stumbled into this infographic industry, so that was an interesting kind of career move. But I think if I were an entrepreneur not doing Lemon.ly or infographics, I like a lot of like kind of the niche type of ideas, right? So software for orthodontists or creating software for accountants who specialize in nonprofits. You're really able to like dig into an industry, learn that the customer, learn the user, and hopefully solve their problem, right? And fix that pain. So I think getting super niche is always important. If I weren't an entrepreneur, which is now, I didn't know I was gonna be one growing up, but it's hard to kind of imagine not being one. But I've said it from the beginning, I've said it on the show in the past, I would wanna be the general manager of the Minnesota Twins. So hopefully I still get a chance to do that later in life. The second question comes in from Carrie. Carrie actually was our representative for the Ernst & Young Entrepreneur of the Year conference or competition. So she's an accountant and she interviewed Lemon.ly and learned a little bit more about our story. So Carrie, thanks for the question. This is a tough one. She said, how do you keep professional relationships with coworkers, colleagues, or clients who also become personal friends? Or on the flip side, people who already are personal friends who become coworkers, colleagues, and clients. It's a really tough one. And I think so much of business and what makes business successful is relationships, is people. So it's almost like if a relationship through work becomes so strong that it actually kind of graduates and becomes just a personal relationship and not a professional relationship, I'm okay with that. I'm not talking like romantically or anything like that, but just like good friends. I think it's important to keep professional and personal life separate. And so if you do have a friend who you're a colleague with, you can be friends at work and then you can be maybe friends outside of work. So it's a really tough one, but I think at the end of the day, the relationships are more important than the business. So whether it comes business and then becomes a relationship or relationships lead to business. I think dealing in business and family can always be a little bit dicey. Have some experience doing that as well. So you have to over communicate, be willing to be very clear, put things down on paper, and make sure everyone's on the same page. But make sure you value your relationships, because at the end of the day, that's what you got. Our third question came in from Twitter, actually from Maddie. So this is @It's Maddie Mac, and she said, how do you suggest to different businesses and brands do they decide which social media channels they should invest their time in? I would say 2 different ways that I would recommend to brands and businesses. Maddie, one is your audience. Who is your audience and where are they, right? So each social media network has slightly different audiences. So if you are marketing to like the 30, 40-year-old mom, you better be on Pinterest, right? If you're trying to get to the 16 to 25-year-old kind of teenager, tween, young adult, you better check out Snapchat. So think about one, where your audience is, but also on top of that, where are your skills, right? So if you don't want to be on camera, maybe don't use Snapchat or YouTube. But if you're a really great writer, check out Medium or start a blog or on Twitter. So I think it has to be part audience, but then part letting your skills lay on top of that. That's where you should invest your time. But lastly, don't just like stick your feet in the ground and only do one social network. Like be willing to experiment a little bit and tweak. I know it's hard because there's so many and you don't have to be on all of them, especially if you're a small business. But just tweak around and play with some of the new ones to see, because the thing is they're always changing. Not only are the audiences and the demographics changing, but if you see that your audience is leaving one and they're starting to head to another, try that out. That's why we're doing Facebook Live, right? We record these videos and we put them on Facebook, but maybe we end up learning that more people want to watch it live and not even watch it recorded. We don't know. So we're just trying it out, wait and see. So those are our 3 good questions. Do we have any questions?
We do.
Let's take a question.
First, a comment from Andy Trout who says, own the hands. And also a question, what's the best and worst part of building a team? Yes, I know they're all sitting behind you. Good luck with that. Hey team, John's gonna talk about you.
So taking this one on the fly, the best and worst part of building a team. Easy. So the best part is my favorite part, right? Like I don't want to come to an office and work by myself every day. So even to Carrie's question about like developing relationships. Like we care about each other. We're a hardworking team. When we're here from 8 to 5, we work our ass off, and then we go back to having, your various personal lives. What's the best part is it makes it way more rewarding to do it as a group, right? To build something as a team. The worst part is probably just like logistics, right? So we have a lot of different logistics that you have to deal with more people, and with every person that comes onto the team, different needs and wants and desires. And so we want to meet all of those, but it's tough to meet them all collectively when everyone has different needs and desires. So there's a little bit of logistics to figure out, but I think we're getting pretty good at it and really trying to balance what everyone wants. So I'm glad we got to take a question there live from Facebook Live. And we got one more? Yeah, why not? Let's do it.
From Joshua Stopko. How do you keep up with the latest apps? There are so many. How do you decide what's worth investing time and energy into learning, setting up, and using?
So how do you decide, from Josh, what apps to spend your time on and to learn and use? So I check a website every morning called Product Hunt. ProductHunt.com is kind of a pulse of like what are the cool up and coming apps and services and tools. You can subscribe to the newsletter or just visit the website. And people favorite the ones they're most excited about. So that kind of gives you an idea of what's interesting. Lots of times I'll download an app and kind of just let it sit on my phone and I'll never even use it. But if I do log in and use it and I find something interesting, it maybe is a little sticky, then I keep using it from there. So experiment, and but move quickly. Like don't get stuck in using too many. I mean, you can get buried if you feel like every morning you have to open up 10 different apps and tweet and Post and Peach and Snapchat and Musical.ly, whatever it might be. Those are all like actual things. It can be a little overwhelming. We'll wrap it up there. Thank you for the questions on Facebook Live in the comments. And hopefully you guys like episode 12. If you have a question for 13, just use the hashtag AQJTM. We'll see you next time.